welcome to the Slip, Slip, Sis podcast. I'm Che.
I'm Gabs.
And this is our YouTube channel where we share all about our knitting and sometimes other crafting. Sorry, I was just adjusting my pant leg there. Today is Sunday, September 26th. I'm coming to you from Southern California. Gabs is in Northern California. And you can find us on Instagram as slip.slip.sis and on Ravelry as slip.slip.sis. Did I miss anything?
No, this is the podcast of wet hair. We both scrambled to get ready in 10 minutes because my daughter and husband are out on a bike ride and he got her ready way earlier than I thought he would. So I'm like, we gotta go because, you know, podcasting with a little one is tricky. She wants to talk to her Auntie Chaley the whole time, rightly so. So we are scrambled. That's our wet hair going on. And I've got a pretty overcast day outside. So if you see the sun keep shifting, I've got the weather to play with today.
So do you have anything that you want to share before FOs?
No, because we don't have any new design. Well, we have some new designs. They're just kind of like, they're collaborations. So we're not positive when we can release them. I am working on writing up the pattern for our Steekling sweater. Did I talk about this last time, Shay, how I learned how to use Inkscape to render?
No, this is brand new information.
I taught myself. So you know how they have the cute little schematics in sweater designs? Well, I decided that I was going to teach myself how to render them in Inkscape because it's an open source program, so you can use it for free, but it's got a decent amount of a learning curve to it. So I taught myself, I think 2 weekends ago, while my in-laws were in town, how to render the cute little sweater. And my mother-in-law is a lot more mild-mannered than I am. So I had to like hold my temper in check while I'm trying to, because she's just like quietly crocheting next to me. And she's like, that looks good, Gabby. And I'm like, because it's like all these different things, that all these vectors and all of that stuff. I went to school for theater and we had to do costume design, but we rendered by hand, not on the computer. So it's a learning curve, but I'm pretty proud of myself. When the pattern comes out, you can look at my schematic and see what you think. I'm almost done writing it. I think we're going to have it out for testing, hopefully within the next couple weeks. If you want to check out what the pattern looks like, I think we shared it on episode 2 or 3 of our podcast.
For you, dear, I'll put the picture in.
Chaley hates it when I say I'll pop in a picture because I don't pop in a picture. Chaley,
I pop in a picture.
So she's going to pop in a picture of my daughter wearing her Steekling sweater that she, of course, does not like to wear, but looks adorable in, but doesn't like to wear.
So let's do FOs. I have 3.
I have this many.
Okay, I'll go. So I actually finished these yesterday. I don't think I even told you I was doing this because I just wanted instant gratification. So I did both DK and Shorty. So it took like 3 minutes. But you might notice that this color will show up again today and has shown up before. These are my leftovers I use this for Sanderson. My Sanderson sweater. This is Delicious from Inspire a Mind on the Hudson DK base. And it's kind of cute. There's like pops of yellow in there. So I just made a quick pair of shorty socks and I still have some left over. So I probably like 30 to 40 grams. So I could probably do like the cuff and maybe like a contrast heel if I find something that matches this. But these are those socks that were like fresh and hot out of the oven. These socks, whoops, let me put them on the blocker so you can see them nicely. These I started during my Che-cation and just finished them. These are just a really bright one. You can't see how vibrant they are because of the overcast day, but the blue is called I Blew Myself from Earl Grey Fiber Company's Knitflix and Chill Advent. And then this is Gumdrop Buttons from Nomadic Yarns. And I did a twisted rib 1x1 cuff with an afterthought heel. Still me.
Still you. I got nothing.
This next one I'm very proud of. This one I was like feverishly knitting just because like I wanted to see what the color work looked like. And I did this while I was house sitting. So there were like the golden doodle was like sitting next to me, like, what is she doing? But this is my
Oh,
my Triceratops cowl from PNW Knit Design, I think is the name, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm so excited. It's still kind of too warm. It's overcast today, but it's still like 67 degrees. So it's still pretty warm. And with the color work, it makes it extra thick, and it's DK. So it's definitely very plush. But again, this is the whoopsie, delicious. The pink is the delicious from Inspire a Mind, and then the gray is called Gray from Inspire a Mind. You're supposed to have done what do you call the fancy ribbing that was too hard
a
for me?
corrugated rib.
Yeah, but I wasn't around my sister for a long enough period when I last visited to learn said technique. So I just did regular.
I really struggled with the corrugated rib I did on a pair of socks a while ago. I don't know. I think it may be the left-hand dominant knitting style that I do, but it's super cute. Shaylee is obsessed with dinosaurs. If you haven't sorted that out on this podcast yet, she's like, I don't know why she's in admission. She should have been a paleontologist. I don't know what she was doing with herself, but
because I didn't have a good admissions counselor to tell me that.
She's all about that. She loves the zoo. She loves animals. I don't know what her parents were doing.
I don't know, but I love pink and I love dinosaurs. So here we are. Okay, that's all I got. We're just speeding on through.
Yes, before you get all worried that I haven't been knitting all month, I have been knitting, but it is on a sample that I'm working on in collaboration with a company right now. So it's been that whole sample all month. It's a oversized cardigan. So it is quite hefty. I've used over 1,000 yards on it, and I've been turning it around in the past. It's been 4 weeks. So nonstop making a DK weight cardigan it's got like lace work on it for the past 4-ish weeks. I have to block it, ship it off, and all of that. So that's what I've been doing, but I don't think I can share it yet. I think it's coming out next year. So I've been doing, I had to alternate skeins, and I don't usually knit flat. I usually knit in the round, but this cardigan's knit flat. So alternating skeins and knitting flat, I kept getting my yarn twisted. And as the cardigan's growing, because it's 50 inches, it was getting big and I was getting tangled, and I'm super spoiled. When I get tangled with my yarn, because I've got 2 cakes, I'm just like knitting there. My husband knows I get frustrated. I just sit there and go, tangled, and he untangles me. All right, we've got Liz. What you got?
I have 2.
I have a lot. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So my first one is in my Jurassic Park bag from Fate's Thread, like the cute little like Jurassic Park logo, as in to continue and said dinosaur theme. The socks that are in here aren't dinosaur though, but these are, we were supposed to do this together, but I decided to start without you. So
she does that on like most projects, like our share a pair, which is not shared.
We were supposed to do that for National Sisters Day. You dropped the ball.
You did not specify what year.
Yes, I did. I said it's on August 1st, Gabs. We have to do it. We have to start in July. You're like, okay, Tay. Liar. Don't lie on the podcast, Gabs.
I caked it up at least.
I think that's the one you washed.
No, see, I don't know what the mystery one that I washed is.
Well, okay. But this is we're doing the same like Kay, the Crazy Sock Ladies 2 striping technique with the 250-gram skeins, but we're using, because we split our Yarnable from Hypnotic Yarn, which is a subscription. So we split it in half, so we each get 50. So then Gabs often doesn't like to choose what she's going to do for the contrast. So I think that's why she suggested this, but I don't want to, put words in your mouth.
No, I'm not very good with color choices. I wear mostly black.
Yeah. So this is July and August. I know the blue is called, how do I make this good?
Put your hand.
I think it just became dark in the whole house is the issue. Well, That's all right. The blue is called Summer Vibes. How's that? Oh, turned up the brightness. Yes. And then the orange is called Sweet and Sour. I have the tags because some of us lose tags. So I get to hold the tags. But yeah. And then I have my Ursula, what do you call these? Stitch Progress Keeper. But I use it as a beginning of round marker from Vix Knits on Etsy. So this is my first one. This is sock number 1. And I did knit 2, purl 2, ribbing. I think I did 15 rounds. You could go next.
Okay, so I cleaned my craft room a couple weeks ago and discovered many mateless socks. So I am in an effort to finish my whips, weave in my ends, not have so many languishing things. This will probably last like a week. And then next podcast, I'll be like, look at all the new things I cast on. Did I finish anything? And Jaylee will say, so how was that thing you were working on, Gabs? And I'll be like, don't talk to me about it.
Sorry for being invested in you.
We're going to give it a shot. Okay, so this is a really old languishing whip that I'm going to work on and showing on the podcast. So someone will ask me about it. So someone asked me next episode. Ooh, I just like blew out because of the sun shifted. So this is a very old, I test knit this sock in like 2017, 2018. It is a Lindsay Fowler design. She used to be Lost and Fond, but I'm not sure what her new Instagram handle is. I believe it's her Tillamook.
Cheese?
Yes, I think it's Tillamook Valley. It's someplace, I believe, in Oregon or Washington. It's the Pacific Northwest. So it is it's in Forbidden Fiber Company's Vampire Queen that I got from the Yarn Over truck when I still lived in Southern California, which was like 6 years ago. So we'll see how my Vampire Queen Tillamook Valley socks go, but they're really cute. They're a really nice, intricate pair of socks that I actually want to wear. And I actually have worn ones with just mismatched socks. I'm a little chaotic for my sister.
I can't talk to you when you're like this.
All right, your turn, Jay.
Okay, so my next one I did show last time, but this is in my Spam Musubi bag that Gabs made for me. These are my Stronger Than the Storm socks by Emma of Bloom Create. Sorry, Emma. But they're so pretty. Okay, so I finished I can't remember if I had it done or not, but say I love you, I'm going to show you anyways. I finished the first one. So it has like the cool color work on the leg and then like some on the toe, which I think is just super cool. Those are my light bulbs so that I do like Kay does, the Crazy Sock League, to remember how many I did. But then for this one, because I'm using, so this is Lolo Did It, Yes, Virginia. And then this was, forgot it already. That's why I have the thing. 29 Bridges. Tahoe. The contrast is from my Carnival of Color subscription from Row One Yarns. I only get 10 grams of it, and I was nervy that I wasn't going to have enough to do the second sock. So I just did a completely different color for the second sock, and I thought they like kind of work. They're like in the same palette, so I feel like it's coordinating rather than matching is what I'm going for here. So I did a gray. So this, did I say this color was Tahoe? I think I said that already. But the other color is
good. How's it going, Jay?
Called Hot Metal, and it's more of a gray. Okay, see it.
We're having lighting issues.
I think it's this weather. I apologize.
Don't come for us in the comments. We know
it's bad. It's bad. It's a gray. It's like a medium gray. So I finished the color work on the leg yesterday while I was watching Hocus Pocus with my friend. And then I finished the heel flap as well. So I'm about to start the heel turn and then do the gusset. And then I'll be like home free. Yeah. These are coming along. Hopefully I'll get them done by the next time we podcast.
Okay. So I have, I think I showed this. This is in my, I made this bag. This is my Avalon bag from Fig Tree and Company. I made the bag, but the fabric is from Fig Tree and Company, where Chaley and I both used to work when we both still lived at home. So I'm on my second sock already. I am just starting the heel flap, and as you can see, I am less organized than my sister. You saw how her little light bulbs were all the same color and beautiful, and mine's like a light bulb and then a red one.
Oh, trash.
So this is how usually I wouldn't even have these, but because these are a sample, I decided I actually probably should count the rows. So I just started the little baby heel flap. I'm like 3 rows into the heel flap. This is what this is marking as the beginning of the heel flap, because I never know where the slip stitches start, and then it's the whole thing. So I just started this. If you watched the previous podcast, you'll notice that this is no longer attached to my twist and sprout socks. And now you're like, but Gabs, you said you had no finished objects. That's correct, because I just parked those buddies on another set of double-sided of magic loop, or the circular needles. So it's just parked on another one. I just like slipped that buddy onto another one last night. I don't have that one shown because it's too tangled to show today. So this is my these are actually socks my husband mostly designed. This is the first one. It's a really cute little cabled design. So he designed the chart and then I wrote the pattern. So they're his socks that Chaley helped name. So it's kind of like a family collaboration. He's really stoked on himself because this is a collaboration with kind of with a collective. So I can't talk too much about it, but this is a Knit Picks Hawthorne, I believe in the Newport colorway. It's twisted rib. When the pattern releases, I'll talk more about the chart, but it's got a plain back, a charted front, and then a slip stitch heel flap and gusset and a square toe. It's really cute. I like it. It's kind of, Knit Picks is pretty affordable when it comes to, I guess it's like mock indie dyed yarn. It does come with a little bit less per skein. I think in the Knit Picks fingering skeins are 380 yards. Yeah. And then usually the ones that I'm used to getting from indie dyers is like 437 or 472 or something.
463, I think, is a number.
Yeah.
Either 437 or 463.
Yeah. So it's like somewhere between like 50 to 100 yards less than you get from an indie dyed skein, but it is affordable if you're looking, especially if you're looking to like try out sock knitting with fingering weight, because I know $35 is a lot to spend on a project that you're not positive you're going to like or be good at. So there's also always, of course, Joann's and Michael's to coupon, but so that's what I'm working on. I have a deadline for that September 30th. So I've got 4 days. I know I gotta go. I gotta go. So I'm going to be zooming along on that one for the next couple of days. Oh, it's Gabs again. So this was what was parked on one of my needles that I actually finished, right? I think this was parked. This is another design that's been submitted to a couple of publications, which is why it hasn't come out for testing or anything like that. It's called Faded Fruit. It's inspired by Persephone's story with Chaley's smirking because she thought of I'm going to show it to you right now while I've got good sunlight. So it's got a little, it's got baubles and some cabling here on the leg. And then it's plain throughout. So it looks a little funny on the thing, but it looks super cute in like Converse. I tried it on with Converse. So it's got like the texture in the Converse, but smooth on your foot. Because I thought it was funny to have baubles on your feet, like on the like on the foot part where your shoe goes in. So that's why I didn't continue it. This is Forbidden Fiber Company's Poison Study. And I found a new way to do baubles that I really like. It's the half double crochet version of doing baubles, but I don't do it with a crochet hook. I do it with a knitting needle, because when you do the half double crochet and you're knitting, you have to hold the hook in your right hand to make the bauble, but I don't have enough control with my right hand because I'm left-handed. So I had to come up with like a little MacGyver way to make these baubles look like half double crochet baubles, but I do them with my knitting needles, not with my hook. And if you're like confused, I think I'm making a YouTube video on it, but it makes super cute little baubles that look like seed pods. Because some of the ones that I've done before, when you go back and forth, tend to be a little bit flatter and not pop out unless there's mohair. So these pop out without needing mohair. So I'm kind of obsessed with them. I have the other, its mate is what is attached to my Twist and Sprout socks. So I've got a cuff of these little buddies, and then I'm on the toe of the Twist and Sprout socks. So it's an absolute disaster, which is why I'm not showing that and just showing this beautiful FO or HO. I guess it's an HO, it's a half finished object. So this is a intense languishing whip. This is my Catherine of Aragon sweater that I started. There isn't truly a pattern. There is, but I'm doing a mashup. So I'm doing, I got good lighting here. I'm going to go fast. This is Napa Red from Destination Yarn. It's a single ply, but what I did was, so I'm taking the sweater construction of Tristan Molina's Spellman, because I really liked that, the construction of it. So I'm essentially knitting the Spellman on the top without the cabling details. So I'm knitting it plain, so it's just a basic raglan. And then when I get down to like the hem, I am taking the chart pattern from the Tudor Roses book that I can't remember what it's actually, the Alice, I'm looking at my bookshelf, the Alice Starmore's Tudor Roses book. So if you're familiar with Alice Starmore, she does really heavy color work. Like it's very intense. She uses Shetland wool, and it's, they live in the Scottish Highlands. It's cold, but this is California. So we don't do that. I think they actually live in the Hebrides. So the way they've got this Catherine of Aragon color chart, it's this way. So it's a vertical, and it's like the lapels of a cardigan, but I didn't want that. So I'm tipping the color work chart on its side. So it's going to still get it's going to be horizontal. It's going to be a band around the bottom, kind of like, if you're familiar with, and what you've seen is Tristan's a witchling sweater where there's color work on the bottom. It's plain on the top and color work on the bottom. So that's what I'm working on right now, because I am a history teacher as well as a drama teacher who's obsessed with Tudor England. And my sister's like, yeah, I'm not joining her on this ridiculousness. But the Tudor Roses patterns, while they're gorgeous, they just weren't my style. So I'm trying to make it an amalgamation of it. I have these goals of actually doing a sweater / cowl / something for every single one of King Henry's wives.
Of course you are.
Because I'm a nerdy history teacher. But so I'm on number 1, Catherine of Aragon. It's this kind of number 1, but
5 more to go.
Well, I have this idea of doing a cowl for Anne Boleyn, right? Because she lost her head. See? And I think I might do socks for Jane Seymour because of the whole, I guess it's an urban legend or unsubstantiated historical account that Jane and Henry danced on the day that Anne Boleyn's head came off. So I figured feet, dancing socks. Yes, she was like, yeah, my sister's so cool.
You could just
Tudor England, Anne of Green Gables.
And I'm here with the dinosaur.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I haven't worked on this in months, but I'm hoping to get back on it. I've got one last thing, Shay.
All right.
This
and
is
that will conclude the Gab show. Just kidding.
It is. But we're coming to acquisition, so let's be real. That's Chaley's segment every time.
You're welcome to buy as many things as I buy. You make more money than me, so I'm just saying.
I got kids.
Yeah, whatever. One's germinating.
So Chaley and I tested it together. We did the witchling sweater together. But
which is out now.
Yes.
Check it out.
It's really cute. I'd say it's like advanced beginner. I don't think it's that hard
No.
in terms of construction. It's great if you're wanting to try out color work.
Yeah.
So Megan of Penny Moons, I believe, and she's the Fibromancer podcast on YouTube. She's got a really cool gothic witchy vibe going on. I think she lives in like Massachusetts, and I think her degree's in like photography. So she takes these like epic, gorgeous, really like woodland, I don't know, I think she calls it cottagecore. She's cooler than me. She's like
cool. She's just cool.
But she takes these awesome like kind of gothic style stuff. She steeked her sweater. She cut it to turn it into a cardigan. I decided I had too many pullovers. So I cut my sweater. I cut my witchling. This is only my second steek project. I think it went okay.
That would have been terrible if you messed it up.
The whole thing hasn't unraveled in my hands.
That's good.
I'm about to pick up the button band. You can see it's, it's in 2 pieces or it's split. Color work.
Cute.
Yeah, I really like it. It's longer than I anticipated, but it just may be because I don't have a waist right now, so I can't actually tell where it's supposed to fall. But it's kind of like in the middle of a duster versus a cropped cardigan. I don't know. I'll put the button band on and we'll see if it pulls it together a little bit. So that's what I did. This purple that you're seeing is my, I found this in the laundry like 2 days ago. I was doing the laundry. I do it with my daughter. I pull this out, this like wad of this purplish pink yarn. I have no idea where it came from. And it looks like a mini skein that got dumped in the laundry. And I asked my daughter, I was like, baby, where did this come from? She's like, put in laundry. So I think what happened is she found one of my mini skeins on the ground and then she put it in the laundry because she's been really, really big into helping lately. And like she put socks in the laundry bins because she can reach. So either one of 2 things happened. She found it and put it in the laundry because she thought she was helping, or it got knocked off my desk into the laundry bin because the desk that I'm sitting at right now is right next to the laundry bin. So I could have just been shuffling around and knocked it into the laundry bin. Now, everyone had my family, when I showed them, they're like, well, is it socks? Is it like, did something of your, no, because it was in the underwear load. No, I did not put socks in the underwear load. No, like if it was in a feasible sock load, but I hand wash my socks anyway. I was like, no, like this was an act. I either knocked it in or she put it in, but either way, it's
very clean now.
Yeah, it was small anyway. It was less than 10 grams. So I'm just using it as scrap. I am omitting buttons on my cardigan because I realized I never button the cardigan anyway. And I don't want to futz with buttonholes. So that's what I'm doing. We'll see. I've been working on it all weekend, but I think I have to stop so I can work on my
the socks you're due in 4 days.
Yeah, but I forgot to say, this is a Miracle from Destination Yarn, and my color work, which you can kind of check out at the bottom, which came out really cute. I like it. Is a one-of-a-kind colorway that we got from Stitches West from Bay Street Yarns, who's no longer dying. Acquisitions, Jay.
I'll go because we've heard a lot from you, Gams.
I know.
Got my basket. This is how I stay organized. I'll start with the non-yarn first, and then you can go, and then I'll close us out. So
okay.
I'm with Gabs. When I turned 23, got me like all these like succulent themed things, and so she had like worked with Vicky. I want to say her name is Vicky, but I'm going to feel really bad if that's not actually her name. But Vicky of Vic's Knits, and she had gotten me all of my like cactus succulent markers. So now I'm obsessed with Vic's Knits, and she just released her like fall autumnal themed ones. So of course I took then that opportunity to buy all the other progress keepers that I had been eyeing. So first I got, and she was having a sale. So obviously this was the time to strike. So I got this which is like a Chinese food takeout box, which goes with, you remember on our last episode, I have a Chinese takeout food bag from Fate's Threads. So now it's like a whole collection. And then I got all of these as well. So this was the funny turkey that I really needed to have. And then I wanted the octopus because he's just so silly. And then I love Pumbaa. So obviously I got all of these. I'm super pumped to use them. And I've been saving them for this podcast so that I didn't like forget that I had just gotten them. So now I feel like I can tear into them and just cast on a new project. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so because I am a chaos monkey, because I am highly chaotic with my knitting, I use the cake cozies. I never do this right. From Brienne of Cookie and Bees. And she just came out with the mini ones, and I'm so obsessed. It came yesterday in the mail. Her shipping, y'all, is so fast. I think I ordered it like Wednesday or Thursday, and it came on Saturday. I was so excited. So it was this cute little trio. I'm already using it. Like this is the yarn for my witchling, but look how cute they are. It's a beat. So this is the black one. It came as a trio. This one has nothing in it. That's why it's a little funnier. I have a bag in this I have a bag in this color as well. So I'm really excited to use that. And then this last one is purple. I was so excited. I DM'd her and was like, so are you gonna do more? She was like, yeah, they're coming. Because she had a Halloween themed one. But I liked the mini, but I wasn't sold on the regular size. So her website says that these hold 20-gram minis, but mine is less than 20 grams and it's doing just fine in here. So I think it could probably pull off your 10 gram, and I probably think you could like stretch it to like 30 or 40 if you're doing a scrappy project or something. But they're so cute. I love them so much.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I still haven't actually knit with her yarn, but I keep buying them.
This is another Desert Vista Dye Works.
I'm just hoarding them. I can't bring myself to like start a project with it yet, and I don't exactly know why. But Susan of Desert Vista Dye Works was celebrating her birthday, so she turned a wonderful age that I can't actually remember, but it was like 30% off or something fantastic, which is really great and generous of her to do. So I got this yarn, and it's called Tie Dye Frap. So I think it's going to be really bright and silly. So I'm pretty excited about this one. That just add it to the collection of Desert Vista Dye Works that I haven't.
You're going to do the cow next year?
I have to go count to see how many I have, because if I actually have 12, then I might just hold out. But I'm also kind of worried that I may not actually have the time to stay on schedule, and then it'll just give me anxiety that I'm like falling behind.
Well, you don't actually have to have 12 to start it, right? You could buy it throughout the year. If you've got like 6, then you could just buy more as the year goes.
That feels too risky for me. I need to have all the supplies. So I also can't remember exactly why I bought this. There's probably
you had a coupon code.
Oh, I had a coupon code from McKaylee. Again, super generous, like probably the nicest person ever. I participated in the Breaking Yarn birthday cal, and she sent us all a coupon code for participating. So I obviously had to use said coupon code. So I got this one, which is called Jessie Pinkman, in the sock fingering weight. So this is really fun. I think I know someone in my life who really loves black and red. They probably don't watch our podcast, so
he does.
Oh God,
he dedicatedly watches it and likes it.
It's our dad. It's our slip. Well, it's fine. I'm when I give gifts, like I usually buy things really far in advance, like 6 months in advance, but I'm also really bad at keeping secrets. So like when I bought my sister a present, like when I was doing her advent, I think I told her the day I came up with the idea that that's what I was doing for her, because I was just so excited about it that I couldn't contain it. So this is going to be a present for the person named our father who likes red and black. But I also got this for me, which is Breaking Violet, because now I'm like on this like DK sock hype right now. And so this is her sock DK weight that like I had the whole pink teddy bear fiasco last time, but like that's going to get settled. So now I just going to have a collection of like Breaking Yarn DK weight socks, which I'm super excited about. And of course she sent it like super fast. So I like got it with instant gratification, because she's like not only super nice, but super on it as well. So I'm pretty pumped about this.
Did you see how she had a road trip to like Santa Barbara? I watched her unboxing, like, or not unboxing, but her like what's in my knitting backpack. I was like, you were so close to Chaylee.
It's fine. Next time.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, you go.
So I actually bought this yarn a while ago. This is Hue Loco's Laurel colorway. This is she dyed it as a tribute colorway for her best friend who unexpectedly passed away. And I believe it was all the proceeds. All the proceeds of this yarn went to supporting this her best friend's family while they're going through this transition in their lives. So it's beautiful. It's so, I love it. It's all these different colors. It's blues and this really pretty rust color, and it's got a couple little purples hanging out. It's beautiful. Hue Loco always does. Nicole does beautiful work, but this one you can totally see like the love and care she put into it and how much her friend means to her. So I was excited to purchase it. It was, I believe I bought it in like July or something like that. And then for something like this, I was happy to wait for it, and it magically arrived because I forgot I ordered it. I pulled a Chaylee. I forgot I ordered it. So I think I've got plans for a shawl for it, because something this pretty, I feel like, and like the meaning behind the colorway, I feel like it shouldn't be socks. I don't know. I love socks, but I feel like this should be something, I don't know, something you wear close to your heart. Maybe that's where I'm going with it, but it will be added to my stash. It's beautiful. You should always check out Hue Loco because she's got great yarn all the time.
Okay, I just have my subscription stuff left. So this is, I want to say August. I'm gonna go with August. The August Carnival of Color from Rowan Yarn subscription, and the Western Sky Knits was the dyer for this month. So you get 10 gram mini skeins, and every month it's a different dyer, and they do great little bands on them, as you saw me reading earlier in the podcast, that tell you exactly who the dyer was and exactly what the colorway was, in case you're Chaylee and you forget, or you are like, I love this color, so I need to go see if I can get a big version. So this is that subscription. And then this is my Hypnotic Yarn Inner Circle colorway from August. The theme was ice cream, and so it ended up being mint chocolate chip was the one that everybody voted on. And you can be, it's a Patreon, so you can get different levels. I think I'm at the gold level, and it's however much you want to be at for your tier. And then you get kind of some of the things. So I get a 50 gram skein, and we all get to vote. This month that's coming up, we're all voting on birds, and the one I voted for is winning. So I'm pretty pumped about that, because sometimes I always am like the underdog, so I never vote for the one that everyone else votes for, but I'm pretty excited that we're like all on the same team right now. But I think this one's really cute. And she releases a video about how she dyes it. So she's telling us that she like really took it literally and dyed it. You can't tell when it's skeined, but when it's all the way out, like she dyed it like an ice cream cone look. So like the sugar cone bottom and then the ice cream at the top. So I think it'll do really cool striping. So I can't wait to knit these babies up. So I'm pretty light. That's all I have for the month. So I think we can pop into chatter.
Yes.
But if anyone else, you're not sticking around, thank you so much for joining us. But if you are, like, we're happy to be with you.
Yes. So for chatter for the next couple months, we do have a content warning. I am 6 months pregnant. So if that's not stuff you want to hear, if you're not in a good space for that, like I said, thanks for joining us. Just wanted to give you a heads up what is coming up in chatter. Do what's best for you. If you're happy to stay along, you'll hear a little bit of updates about my pregnancy. Che, do you want to talk about your new job and your fabulous new commute?
Oh, yes. So as I talked about on our last podcast, I started a new job at Loyola Marymount University, which is where I went for my bachelor's degree, but I still live in Ventura County. And if you're not familiar with LMU is right by LAX, which is Los Angeles International Airport. And so again, if you're not familiar with the landscape of Southern California, that is 45 miles away from me. And then add in on, which I think nationally we're aware of, LA traffic.
Awful.
So it's like, it's not great, but that's okay. It gives me a lot of time for self-reflection. So I leave, I like roll out of bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning and like roll into my car, and then I just go. They have a beautiful gym, and it's located on what's called a bluff. So it's kind of like this really beautiful hillside. So I can run the bluff, which I would do in the morning anyway. So I just leave really early. And then my new thing, which I don't think I've even told you, Gabs, is found this like series on Spotify called Tales. And it's all the retelling of fairy tales or different legends in their original form. So like the very kind of gory, gothic, kind of horrible like telling of stories. All the people who are like really into true crime, like this is like my version of it. And so I just like, we did Beauty and the Beast, I did the Tinderbox, I did Bluebeard, I just did Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, I did Mulan, and now I can't remember what I'm on right now, but I'm kind of totally addicted to it because like the narrator does all the voices too. So she does like princess voice, but also she can do like very gruff beast voice. It's amazing. So that's like my newest obsession. So it's actually kind of exciting when I get to drive because then I get to hear the story. So that's definitely been helping me. But then I'm thinking about maybe doing a pattern that is kind of reminiscent or kind of alludes to my time in traffic that reflects that. So I'm thinking of, and what did I call it? I think I'm going to call it like bumper to bumper because that's what it's like. It takes me about an hour and a half to get home and 45 minutes to get down, and it's about 90 miles a day. So definitely a lot of time in the car, but I'm making it work and I'm really enjoying the position.
So for me, I am a drama teacher as well as a history teacher, and we're in the middle of putting up our musical. So it's been an interesting experience, especially with how our COVID protocols are going. We ended up opting out to do a live streaming version of our musical instead of an in-person one. It's supposed to go up in November, and it's just with how it's going, it's just a little bit too dicey for us right now. But the kids are really excited. They're doing well. Most of my students have never been in a show before, never done a musical. So I'm very proud of their progress. Our fundraising is going super well. Because if you know anything about the arts in public schools in the US, we're not usually funded by anybody but ourselves. So that is what I've been doing, hustling on the side for that kind of thing as well. I don't think I actually have any baby pregnancy updates. We're just kind of chugging along. I'm 24 and a half weeks. I have an appointment in a couple weeks, almost third trimester. My plan is to keep teaching and keep doing stuff until I can't anymore. That's about it.
Your baby shower is in a few weeks.
I am having a baby.
I am throwing with our mom. Mostly I get to have the ideas and she gets to put down the credit card. So I'm excited about that. The theme is plants.
I don't actually know that much about it. I know when it is. I'm pretty sure it's outside. It's outside. It's pretty small. We're still trying to keep everything, especially with me teaching. I teach 150 kids a day. We're not wanting to expose people, all of those things, but we're just knitting away. I'm about to head off to the farmer's market with Lottie and Daniel. Things have kind of slowed down, I guess, in terms of like not new things for us, but just wrapping up old stuff, getting ready. That's why I'm doing all the whips and weaving all the ends in. I'm trying to get everything situated for when the baby comes, because my husband's going to share the craft room with me. Because his office is going to be the baby's room.
That's terrible.
And he works from home 3 days of the week, and I don't. So it makes sense that we have to share. I'm not pleased, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not home that much. It's going to be fine. The baby will be in our room with us for a while, and her clothes will be in Lottie's room. So it's okay. We're just working on transitioning. That's why I'm trying to get stuff cleaned, not have so many projects out. All of those things. It's fine. I'll be a grown-up about it.
Okay, so thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks.